Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 25. Explore with me today about wrath. Wrath remaining or wrath removal? I recommend removal. That's the title today. We're going to place ourselves into this relationship between John the Baptist and Jesus. It started with, "Behold the Lamb." And yesterday, he must increase and I must decrease. John's in a bit of a hurry because he doesn't know how much longer that he has. He doesn't have a lot of time left, but he's going to finish well. And in doing so, he's going to point to Jesus. And when he gets the report that all are going to him, it's exactly what he wants. In fact, he says it's going to make him joyful that he must increase and I must decrease. So the greatest man that ever lived, John the Baptist, is nothing in comparison to the one he points to. So the greatest man on earth recognizes and worships true greatness. So he's going to point to one who's greater. So today, as we read the passage, watch for wrath and its removal and how it's removed and who removes it. This is from John chapter 3. I'm going to start in verse 30. He must increase, but I must decrease. He who comes from above is above all. Talking about Jesus. He who is of the earth belongs to the earth and speaks in an earthly way. He who comes from heaven is above all. He bears witness to what he's seen and heard, yet no one receives his testimony. Whoever receives his testimony sets his seal on this, that God is true. For he whom God has sent utters the words of God, for he gives the Spirit without measure. The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hand. Whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. Whoever does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God remains on him. So let's start with wrath here today. The wrath remains. I just was stuck on that concept here today. So earlier in chapter 3, John 3:16, the most famous passage in the Bible, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. Right after that, John 3:18, whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the Son. So here, echoing our verse 36, whoever does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God remains on him. I keep picturing this as like this yoke of wrath. So this idea that I'm okay and you're okay, it's not in the Bible. Positionally, you're not okay. Nobody is. We're all in a pickle. We're all carrying the wrath, if you will. The wrath remains. And I kind of picture this as each of us carrying our own wrath for God. Wouldn't it be hilarious if you greet everyone, not how are you? Just say, hey, how are you doing today, carrying your own wrath? I think that's the spiritual picture that it pictures. All right, so what will you do about the just God justly punishing just you? So wrath isn't just possible, it's real, it's right, and it's holy, and it's perfectly just. So wrath is here now and remaining where? Like on our shoulders. Now, let's get the 40,000 foot view of wrath. Someday we are going to worship God for his wrath. I know it sounds crazy because it's righteous. And perhaps the idea that the wrath remaining on you is a salvation moment for you. Like, wait a minute, I stand currently with the wrath of God remaining on me? Yeah, that's what we're saying. But there's more good news in the passage. The passage talks about eternal life. Eternal life is possible. Whoever believes in the Son, verse 36, has eternal life. So the one thing that God asks us, so he's done all this heavy lifting, moving the heavenlies, making salvation possible for us. He asks one thing of us, and that is belief. He says it in three different ways here today, which are believe in the Son, you've heard that before, but receive his testimony. Grab the testimony. And my favorite today, verse 33, is set your seal to this. So yes, God is true. Yes, he is the bearer of eternal life. Yes, I'm a wrath agent and he saves me from it. And I'm going to put my stamp of approval, my wax seal on what he says today. So it's a different word for belief, setting your seal. In what? So it's not moonbeams. It's what are we believing in? Well, that he comes from above, all in the passage today, that he comes from heaven, that he's above all, that he bears witness to the truth, that God is true. All the stuff that I'm telling you is true. He utters the words of God. He's loved by the Father. So there's this warm relationship between them. And all things are given into his hand. Like nobody comes outside of Jesus' hand. He is the eternal life bestower. And then if this all works out, we get the Spirit without measure. How much of the Spirit do you want? A little or a lot? Like, hey, give me the whole dose. So this passage starts with John deplatforming himself. He must increase, I must decrease. And yet he asks something of John the Baptist: believe, receive, set your seal, set your stamp of approval. He wants a genuine response from you. So here's the prayer for today. Lord, I want to get all these benefits of truth. I also want to escape from wrath that's remaining on me. I want your eternal life. In the meantime, I would love your boundless, measureless Spirit that you give freely. I want a relationship with you. You setting my seal to this, that every bit of this is true. And God offers me eternal life and a wrath not remaining on me. So ladies and gentlemen, would you like to have your wrath remain on you, or would you like to have the wrath removed? In my humble opinion, my recommendation to you is let's go for removal. Thanks for listening.